It's ADSN on the beat, where the data meets the street. James and Daniel in your feed, breaking down the code you need. Tech talk, ad game, and a little AI. Every week we got the chat on ADSN.
Welcome back, ADSN. James, we are looking tanned. We've taken a little bit of time off going to the south of France, you doing a little Mediterranean cruise, me going country, but we are back. I could not be more excited to be in front of a mic and a computer.
It is delightful to be here. I do miss France and Spain, but nonetheless, we are here. Where are we beginning?
We're kicking off with our good friend, Sean Frank. He comes with the fire every week. This week is no different. He started us off with this post. You aren't a visionary. You aren't a product founder. You aren't going to win on brand or tribe or audience or connection. The world is now a meritocracy. Success is determined by marketing. Ads rule everything around me. I think this is, if we had a mission statement, this is basically it. Ads are everything, right? And he has little text in there saying all companies nowadays are marketing companies that sell products. Electrolytes, you have to be apex in ads to make that product work. And I think everything about this is spot on. It's funny. It's where we are today.
Yeah, I have not met Sean Frank.
Problem.
I have not met him in person. Couldn't probably have more philosophically alignment than any other person on X at this point than this guy. He's like pro LA reform, and he's like a.
He's pro dad as a new dad.
Yes, very pro dad. Yes. And I do think everything is, it's the super line. Everything's an ad network. I think the thing that, like, we've talked about this previously, but like in the digital realm, I don't think this is the case for the physical realm, but in the digital realm, everything is an ads business now. Like everything is rent seeking, and ads are basically how you lease digital property. And so I think that's the case. I do think there's a whole separate thing that was happening. And there's a really good Peter Thiel interview on All In about like the world of not software, and mainly around chips, and how I do not think those businesses are marketing businesses at all. And I think he made a really interesting point about basically NVIDIA is getting like 125% of the profits in the AI boom. And this is a chips company that started in 1993. And basically all of us, other than NVIDIA, are software people. And that's why we know nothing about what they're doing and never would have started a chips company in the first place. Long-winded way of saying, I think in the software world, everything is an ads business. I think in the hardware world, I think we all got to learn how the hell electrical engineering works or something, because we're going to get left behind if we don't figure that one out. So yes, but I agree with Sean. In the digital world, very much aligned.
Yeah, I think what a way to start us off. Let's then move to another kind of big heavyweight on X, Alex Lieberman, talking really about the escalation of problem solving and how people need to approach problems. I think in a world of AI, this becomes even more important because everyone kind of levels up what they're able to do. But he starts with this framework from Steph Smith, who is at NVIDIA and chips company, who was at Grok, just a really smart woman. But really starting with like the foundation is like there's a problem. And some people just leave it there and wait for someone to pick it up. And at the top of the pyramid is, hey, there's a problem. I've identified it. I now know what caused it. I researched how to fix it, and I fixed it. Just letting you know. And I think the more that we all use AI now, the more that we all have greater agency, is everyone is should be pushing up to that top of the pyramid. And if you're not, or if your employees aren't, I think it's something that like we have to question, like, what are we doing? Like if we're still on the bottom 2 or 3 rungs, like what are we doing?
Yes. I agree with you 100%, Daniel Druger. I think
not my framework.
Now,
I agree with him.
I think it's a great framework, and I really do think if you have employees in particular, I wish there was a reality show where we could watch like these AI pilled startups work, just so everyone can see how like unbelievably productive they are. And we have friends. I won't drop the person's name, but about as AI pilled as it gets. I think they have like 80 agents working, and they have like 80 synthetic employees working for them every day, all night, all day, nonstop, and it's just crazy. So yes, I think if you're not rethinking how you approach problems in this world, you are toast.
Yeah, and I think we've seen it. We had some young founders here, me and my Gen Z network, talking to them. They may not even be AI pilled. It's just AI native, and they're building businesses using AI, and they're skipping what they don't know, right? They don't even know what they don't know, but they can ask Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT and say, here's what I'm facing. What's the problem? Great. Here's the problem. How do I fix it? Great. Help me fix it, right? They're using this tool to jump up to the top of that rung with zero career experience, and they don't need it anymore. And they're building multi-million-dollar businesses, and I think it's incredible. So whether you've got 80 agents running all night, or you're just AI native and using it as a sounding board, I mean, I think it's an incredible time. It
is. Along those lines of incredible time, Elon Musk, who I'm obviously a big fan of, they launched X Money for real. I think it's like 7% yield on the savings, or some crazy amount. But you're starting to see what happens at a company like this when they are shipping. Like Nikita definitely has them shipping AI pill at this point. Like they are cranking.
Oh yeah.
And like you can tell, I think the X algorithm has gotten so good. I think, and these payments products are going to be incredible. And there's also news now that SpaceX is going to potentially launch an AI device, aka a phone. Like that's what's going to happen. And we've talked about this in the past. I was positive that would happen. It makes so much more sense. Them, Starlink, calling payments through X, that device is incredible. That Tesla phone, or whatever they're going to call it, is just, it's just going to be so good. So, and it's big news. I think if you just step back, I think whoever knows, whatever they call it, who cares? But let's just pretend that you have a Tesla phone. It's got Grok built in. You can pay seamlessly through X Money. You can use it for all your banking, and you have total connectivity via Starlink. And you can basically do discounts on any of your cyber cabs. That is the actual super app. Like that super app crushes Evan Spiegel's super app. Sorry, Evan, but it's wild. Yeah. So they're cranking. They're moving fast. I have a feeling. And now they got Cursor. I'd be scared of these guys at this point.
Yeah. I mean, we're all trying to ship, software's trying to ship a feature a day, feature a week. These guys are shipping full companies a month.
Oh yeah.
Full multi-billion-dollar companies a month.
And they're shipping rocket ships. Yeah. I mean, yes. No. They get to. We're entering into a very weird world, indeed. I think a good segue to that is this Drew Fallon tweet or post, but it's Form Science becomes the first ecom brand to hedge risk on Kalshi. Tell us about this. Explain to me what the financial engineering here on this one is.
Yeah, so they were basically running a promotion that if you bought something between a certain period of time, and if the Team USA reaches the World Cup final, then they will essentially refund your entire purchase, 100% cash back. And so what they're doing is basically hedging it. They're saying, it's an unlikely event the Team USA reaches the finals, so they can bet against it. And if it does happen, they can essentially offset the cost of all these purchases. And they're not the first to do this, right? We've talked about it. Mattress Mac in Houston has done this for years, and I think made a lot of money over the past recent years with Houston winning a few times. But he's done it through standard sports books. This, I think, is the first time, one, it's an e-com brand doing this, and two, they're doing it through a prediction market, not through a standard sports book or registered sports book. This is through Kalshi.
I think they're doing it like truly off their balance sheet. Like it's like they're really doing it.
I don't know how you don't do it, right? Because you need the cash up front to do it. I mean, Kalshi's not lending you.
It's got to be like
money
an
to bet
investor update, like investors, just letting you know that we got great odds.
I mean, I guess it's offset though. You've increased your revenue, and so it should be you should be able to offset, the revenue that you've made.
The LTV of those acquired customers is going to get a little wonky, but yes, it is cool. It's weird. It's weird in a good way. I like it.
It's weird in a good way, but it does bring into question, I don't know if you saw this week, Spotify is starting to shut down, certain relationships with Kalshi and Polymarkets because there's bots that are essentially running up songs on the charts that people are betting on. And so you were getting into this weird world where like it is just open source prediction markets that people are just doing weird things with and gaming the systems. And it's a weird time. You've said it a few times on this episode already. It is weird times.
Another weird thing, we have to call this something weird on this, I guess, this episode, is that Claude introduced Claude Tag. So now you can basically teams can @ Claude in Slack. So it's the beginning now of multiplayer AI, right? So you have this sort of paradigm shift of like me and you being inside a dock together, and we can hit up a Claude and he can be there, or it can be there. And I think it's just, again, like I think everyone's been waiting for multiplayer to come. Mm-hmm. And it's like starting to get there. I think this is kind of like the first step of it. It will obviously move into docs. They have to. The big kind of, I think, the way where it's going to show itself just so clearly is when Claude and Chat launch Slack competitors. There's no reason for them to have to be reliant on that distribution. It's very clear to me that if you have a Teams account on Chat, that they'll have a Slack directory in there, a style of me communicating with people that are tied to me. So that's going to be really interesting. Again, it's like for Salesforce, I wonder how much of an issue that represents, but I thought it was cool. I don't know if you played around with it, but it's pretty awesome.
I haven't yet. I mean, the one question I have, and this was a question with ChatGPT when they introduced different kind of billing levels, is who gets billed for this? And what if you and I are on different plans, and who takes on the usage, especially for like non-enterprise accounts, right?
Yeah. I saw something too about how like basically all of the vibe coding like apps, SaaS apps, are basically like the only place they're getting like real traction so far on the SaaS side is SMBs. And it basically is just thinking about how the only type of software sales left is enterprise sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. It's like the only one who actually needs that level of sophistication, privacy, security is the enterprise. Yeah. So this is, Chat and Claude are enterprise software companies. They just ate the whole thing. And when they do this, it's going to get really interesting. I just think it's going to get silly. But anyway, another non-silly, but just kind of awesome tweet is Palmer Luckey tells this basically story about how your country becomes irrelevant. It's like a long-winded thing, but it actually makes you think about business in some ways, which is like the battle. He talks about like the Dutch Navy, which was like the greatest in the world for a period of time. They did not go ahead and actually ever go to like war necessarily. Like the reason why they don't like run all of the maritime waters today isn't because someone defeated them. They basically just became irrelevant. Everyone just got bigger and better around them. And he goes on to give an analogy about like potentially repercussions with like South Korea and their population growth versus North Korea. But this will get back to business. It got me thinking about like how much innovation is all about like focusing on your own game, right? Like it's no longer about competing with your competitors. It's kind of like F that shit. Like who cares? Like it's all about just making them irrelevant. And so the Slack ChatGPT one is probably a good example. Like I would say like Claude in particular has a chance to really make Slack irrelevant, right? Not because they went directly to battle them. It's just slowly going to become something that like taking them. And I think that's even what like Zoom and Google Meet in some ways did, right? Like, it just like, think about Zoom. Like when was the last time you like, it's just like faded, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, not like, cause it like necessarily got beaten. It just like couldn't catch up. So I thought it was a good example. I don't know, kind of a random one, but I liked it.
Well, I think it's an interesting one to this next one you shared with me. Well, it comes from Polymarkets, which is funny, just given everything we talked about. But they reported, Justin, Meta unveils a new AI app called Pocket, featuring social feed of vibe-coded mini games users can create by typing prompts. And I mean, Meta is just too big at this point. Everything they launch has distribution. We saw it with Threads. I think we'll see it with this. They did it with Gizmo. For an app that they didn't even support, got 1 million installs in relatively short period. And so I think there's a few things interesting to me about this. One is, if this was truly vibe coded, you've got a $1 trillion company that is vibe coding apps and launching them. One of the biggest businesses and distribution platforms ever, vibe coding stuff. And then two, if they care at all about this, right, at any point, they'll do what they do with Threads. It'll start to be embedded in Instagram, in Threads, in Meta Blue, and they will force it to become a behemoth.
Yes. We've talked about this past. I think that is no doubt. Gaming on Instagram makes all the sense in the world. YouTube is working on this as well, which makes a lot of sense. But I think chat, it makes the most sense. Like, chat should be where, like, for you to go ahead and help people play games, get more screen time, help the ads business. That we're now in this phase of every one of these. It's just like we're in 2000, we're in like 2010, of like the social networks. So, if you went back right now, it's like, okay, this is like the Farmville phase, and it's going to be great. I think we have some friends that are working on projects like this. Josh Siegel's company is like a vibe code.
I played with it. It's fantastic.
It's cool. Yeah. I bet you they get bought. Polymarket. I wonder if we can get that.
You going to do it?
I'll check that afterwards. We should see if we can put odds on that. So yes, I think it's awesome. But I think the guys who have compute are going to be the ones who do this better than everyone. And, Meta's got to build. Meta's just got to get like some, they have the hand. They just got to they got to find a way to get some momentum around this stuff.
I mean, it better than anyone. We said this 20 years ago when mobile was happening, that they're cooked, that they got to get some momentum. And Mark reoriented the entire company. He's clearly trying to do it again.
Yeah. You can't bet
hard
against
to bet
them.
against.
Just waiting for
yeah.
I will say one experience that was awesome was WhatsApp when I was in Europe. WhatsApp is so great. As a product, it's just phenomenal. And
also,
the Meta AI integration. Yes.
Breaking news, James. Breaking news. We checked on Josh Siegel's current status. The team joined Meta in 2026. What? So we have.
That's hysterical.
We've missed that. The trading card. Maybe we can do it late for Josh, but that team is at Meta. So likely they're the ones behind
it. This is it. Oh, that's hysterical.
So Josh Siegel, congratulations to you. And,
congrats.
Team Atma Sciences. This is it.
Okay. They're going to be great. Meta's going to fucking crush it. Sorry. Pardon my language. But they got Josh. You don't bet against Josh. All right.
This is it.
Not financial advice, but Meta. Yes. All right. With that, you know what time it is.
Let's get to it.
Primary post. Primary post.
All right, you kick it off today. What do you got?
I absolutely love this song. So
play it right now.
There is we got to play it for 1 second.
Flew in from across the ocean, didn't know what to expect. Saw the skyline out the window and I nearly broke my neck. Landed in Atlanta where the Georgia pines run green. Man, I said this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Pulled up to...
So it's a 5-minute AI created song about how amazing America is for like the Europeans here for the World Cup. I had a 4th of July party this weekend. I maybe played this song 1,600 times. I mean, I've like it is so good. It's 5 minutes and it's like this country song. It's incredible. I think the key to it, so they basically took all of the highlights of, all like these Europeans like saying how amazing America is. And then I think they shoved it into Suno and then said like, make it into like a country, like a country, music bop. But it's so good. And I think it shows, first of all, Suno, former Snap guys, Jack Brody's there, but I think it just shows how like AI is such an awesome tool. Like, I don't know the guy who made this, but it's on Spotify. I'm sure he's making money off it. And like, I'm sure like 5 years ago, he had this idea of this amazing song in his head and he couldn't make it happen. And now he did. So for 4th of July, it was incredible. My father-in-law, who's almost 70 from Oklahoma, absolutely loved the song. Just a big hit. And so, yes, everyone, we got to put it in the show notes. Everyone should listen to the song. It's amazing.
Okay. I like that. Happy birthday, America. All right. I've got one. We're going over the ocean. This one from Jason Levin, the king of memes. This one I just cracked up on. We're a few weeks late from Cannes, but he writes, I hosted a fake protest in Cannes this week, 6 French girls, 6 cardboard signs, 2 French cameramen, and 10 millions of views on Instagram. He basically walked around Cannes where people spent hundreds of thousands of dollars putting up giant billboards. He had 6 women holding up and himself holding up cardboard signs saying how they hate memes. And I mean, you could see them walking around Cannes, and I mean, this crushed it. It probably cost him a few $100. He probably got all this footage and images that he can reuse, and he cut through the noise. I mean, this is brilliant. I don't think an enterprise could do this. I think it'd call into questions a lot of things, but it's brilliant. I mean,
it's why your Gen Z friends are so smart. They're like shameless and they're willing to do the work. I know this guy isn't, but like I think you can get through the noise if you can get out of your own way. So I like that one.
So that's it. All right. Okay. Great episode.
Hey,
I'll see you here next week.
Bud.
It's ADSN on the beat, where the data meets the street. James and Daniel in your feed, breaking down the code you need. Tech talk, ad game, and a little AI. Every week we got the chat on ADSN.